Dudes, I've been an H.P. Lovecraft fan for a long time, for probably almost half my life. I remember discovering his books and reading them on my lunch break at Office Max when I was a stalker, like a first shift stalker. And it was just like, oh my god, this descriptive language is awesome. Like, this is what real terror is, because the only horror I understood at that point was like the original Jaws, which was like my favorite movie, and Aliens, and the fear of the unknown building is so important. And what I consider good horror, I don't really care for jump scares. I like the fear of the unknown. I like the am I going crazy or is the bad thing happening? And that is exactly what Lovecraft is. I mean, there's much more to it, but that's the base of Lovecraft, is the fear of the unknown. Anyway, you read something like Lovecraft, and it's like he uses the language of the 40s. He uses all these crazy words that we don't use now, like the word miasma to describe disease. Like, nobody uses that word nowadays. And he has a much more flowery language, which paints such a amazing picture. When he's explaining things, it paints such a picture in your head. It's just perfect in his subject matter. Well, anyway, Lovecraft seems like one of those things where it's like you can't adapt it to anything. Like, I know Del Toro was supposed to be working on a Mountains of Madness movie. If anybody could do it, Del Toro could do it. But I'm wary of having a movie made of something Lovecraft, because that's difficult to translate. This dude, I.N.J. Colbard, has been doing this series of Lovecraft stories, and there's more than this. I've got another one somewhere. I don't know where the hell I put it, but I've got In the Mountains of Madness, and I've got The Shadow Out of Time, which are probably my two favorite Lovecraft stories, and he's translated them into graphic novels, and he does a good job. And it was like, I've read Alan Moore's Lovecraft stuff, and I love it. Like, Neonomicon, it's sick. Like, and I mean that literally. Like, it's pretty disgusting, and it's not for everybody, and if you're squeamish, don't read Neonomicon. It'll fuck you up. It's really bizarre, nasty, perverse, but just absolute mind horror, which is what Lovecraft's about. But dude, this Colbert guy takes a completely different approach visually. He almost does like a Tintin style art, and it works. I don't know why it works, but it works. And I feel, as a Lovecraft fan, that he did an excellent job of capturing the visual style and story of Lovecraft in this kind of old comic book style. But every one of these I've read, I really like. If you look them up, if you look up Lovecraft and Colbard, C-U-L-B-A-R-D, you'll see his stuff on Amazon. So I can say, if you like Lovecraft, give these a chance. He did a good job of adapting, in my opinion. So check these out.